Hello, hello, hello. I really need to start making a script for these. I know I say like and a lot. I do like not having a script because it feels more genuine. It's more improv-y, me just speaking what I'm thinking, more than me writing down what I think you guys want to hear. So bear with me. Maybe next video I'll try a script just to test it out. But today I wanted to talk about mobile game ads and just mobile games in general. I feel like they've gotten a lot more money hungry and a lot less substance in the game. The games are very, very copy pasty, filled and littered with ads, or you can spend $2.99 for no ads. It's just really, really sloppy and gross, and I don't like it. I miss when games had value to them, that they were worth your time and money, and ones that wouldn't even take your money, but they would make money by you just playing the game. I know that's what ads are for some of these, but some of these are just like, you ever watch South Park on TV and it's on like live TV, like cable or dish or whatever, and the majority of the show is you watching commercials, then watching the show because the show's episodes are so short, but they have that 30-minute time frame, so they just litter it with ads and, well, not ads, same thing, just commercials to fill in the gaps. That's what these mobile games feel like. You play the game for a few minutes and then you get, you know, two minutes gameplay, 5 minutes ads, or you get a very annoying banner ad just the entire time. And some of them even do both, which is just egregious. I miss when I was younger, playing on my little non-name brand Android iPad kind of thing, tablet, and I'd play Jetpack Joyride, Flappy Bird, Minecraft Pocket Edition, the Pocket Light Edition, I believe that's what the demo was called. I had that one because it was free. It really had nothing in it. Later I played like Where's My Water and Cut the Rope and things like that, Doodle Jump. I can name off tons of these older games. And I know a lot of them still exist and are a little more money hungry. Like I know there's a lot more in-app purchases and things like that for Jetpack Joyride and Subway Surfers, as I've heard. But there were games like Temple Run and other things where I don't even remember the in-app purchases. I don't even remember caring or wanting to buy those. But these newer games, it feels more like you need those to even play it. There's games that are nice, which are like Raid Shadow Legends, where they do have these in-app purchases that they push on you. But they're all very, like, they just quicken up the grind. You don't need them. But then there's these very egregious ones where it's like, oh, you want to play the game? Sure, you can download it for free, and you'll get about 30 minutes of content from it. But hey, give us like $10 and you'll get the full game. Why are we taking this full game that should be free with in-app purchases as their money, as their way to get money? And then you're cutting it into little pieces and charging extra for these pieces that should realistically be free. It doesn't make sense. It feels like, let's say a new game comes out, new Call of Duty. The multiplayer is $30. The campaign is $20. The zombies is $40. Oh, you want to unlock skins? Oh, that's $10. Oh, you want them to transfer between each of these game modes? That's another $5. You know, like, no, just charge me $60 for the game and give me everything in it. Like, charge me this flat fee for the entire game if you're going to charge me to play the game. And then everything else needs to be free. You can't divvy up these things. Or if you do want to do that, you'd have... I know they do this with Red Dead. You can buy just Red Dead 2 online. Or you can buy... I don't know if you can buy just the story mode, but I know you can buy just online for about $20 instead of buying the full game that was like $60. And I think that's cool. I like that. But you can't go like, oh, yeah, it's $20 for online, but $10 more if you want to play with your friends. You know, and things like that are just really gross. And then the ads themselves for these mobile games, they're all like the same thing, but in different fonts. It's like, oh, go left and you get -5. Go right and you get ×2. And it'll be like, one will be zombies, one will be like army guys, and it's the same like army guy with the blue helmet and then you play the actual game, and it's Clash of Clans, or it's Candy Crush, or something that's not even remotely like the ad. I'm like, well, what's the point? People clearly want to play this, whatever the ad is. Just make that as a game, because nobody wants to play your shitty castle building game. You have to be unique and do something of value. You can't just copy this game that's already there, make it worse, make it filled with more ads, and cost you more money for a worse game. That shouldn't be how things work. But they're getting away with it, and it's really upsetting. I don't play mobile games because there's no reason to. These new mobile games that are out are just all garbage. There's some of these where they'll have ads and it won't even let you play on airplane mode for some reason. It's like, why does this game require internet? I'm not downloading, you know, maps from the internet to play these new maps. No, this should already all be on my app. The only reason you want me to have an internet connection is so you can pipe my game full of ads so you make money. And that's just gross. And it's not like these games deserve that money either. A lot of them are really bare bones copy paste of other games, stolen assets, just total slop. And some of them even steal reactions from YouTubers. I've seen a few where they're like, hey, I didn't sign off on this. And they'll have a random reaction to a video game. And it's like, the way they're reacting, things they're talking about don't even make sense. It's like, whoa, look at the... can't believe that cowboy shot that guy. And you're playing a game with tanks and like aliens. You're like, well, that's not even remotely close. But, you know, these little children are just gonna be like, whoa, that guy's enjoying it. And I know him from YouTube. I should play this game. Oh, mom's got her card on her phone. Let me buy some of the, like, $1 here, $2 here. And they won't notice because nobody really notices, you know, $1 here, $2 there, really, unless you're diligent and focus on your spending. But it's really scummy and gross, and I don't like it. And the worst ones is, if you guys ever played, I don't know why I was gonna ask a question, like you can answer me as I'm talking, but the game West Hunt, where you have to find out who's a real person before they finish all their tasks. And this is something that's been on Gmod for forever, but it does it in its own way. It's its own art style. It's all special in its own thing. Prop Hunt's like not, you can't really claim Prop Hunt's yours, really. You know, everybody does it. I don't even remember who did the first Prop Hunt, but every game's got its own Prop Hunt. It's like trying to say you own hide and seek, you know? But to the point, this art style that Prop Hunt has, with like the very minimal, very edgy, not edgy like you know, goth, crazy, silly, but edgy like as in edges. It's a very low poly looking character. I've seen the same character type used over and over again. I don't know if it's just super simple and super easy to do, so they have to pay whoever's developing and like coding the game for that. Well, not coding, but whoever's making these models for the game less. Or if they just take previously made models and just change a few colors around and add a hat here and there. But it's so lazy and it's so disappointing. I don't really get why we're letting them get away with this, because a lot of these games that the ads look incredibly fake and they have nothing to do with the game, but they'll have so many downloads and so many high ratings. And I know a lot of the ratings are botted. If you just look at the names of the accounts that it shows you how high their rating is and then what they say, it's like very obvious. A lot of them you'll see like very fun 5 stars by like Joe Schmo, Jason Smith, John Smith, and it's just these names that you're like, oh, that sounds like a total bot. They're not even trying. And it's so disappointing. I wish they cared about mobile gaming. There's games that are nice, like Genshin. I really like the way you can trade your well, not trade. You can like go from playing on your PC to your phone pretty much seamlessly, transferring the progress from there to there. When it first came out, I played it a little bit, and I'd be like, oh, I need to do some grinding of going around and picking up some of the plants or some of the the things you get for offerings to raise your stamina. I forget what they're called. But let me just run around and do that on my phone while I lay down and relax instead of sitting down on my computer, hunched over, getting gamer neck. And I could just pull out my phone, pick up where I left off, and I thought that was great. And there's also games like Raid Shadow Legends, which are genuinely good. You'd think they're bad because of the amount of ads that they have for, like, everybody. Like, anybody can get a Raid ad if they have enough viewers, really. I've seen so many of the people I watch get a Raid ad, and it's a little crazy. But the game itself is actually good. But you can do everything in that game for free. You can reach any level for free. But if you want to catch up and keep up with, like, the competitive scene, you do have to spend quite a lot of money on that, and I think that's fine. If I get 100% of a game and do everything in a game for free, even if it's harder, that's perfect. Because that gives me the incentive to pay money. Like, oh, I could skip about an hour or two here for like $5. Okay, I'll throw some money at you. And I think that's fine. But if it's like, hey, we're going to give you ads every 5 seconds, or you can pay us $3 instead. Give us $3. It's almost demanding, and you almost need to, it's almost necessary to spend that money to play the game. And I think that's really scummy. I don't like that. I really want them to care about mobile games again. It feels a lot easier to publish things on mobile. It'd be great to see places like Itch.io or Newgrounds, these smaller developers putting out games either for the fun of it or some of these for practice, just putting those on the app stores, like the Google Play Store or the App Store for iPhones. And just having these people that genuinely care and want to make something that isn't slop upload, because it's pretty messy and just really shameful what's being produced right now in the mobile game sphere. I don't really understand why anyone would be a mobile gamer besides the necessity because they don't have the money to buy a PC or a console. I don't get the reason why anyone would ever prefer to mobile game. That doesn't make any sense. That's honestly a little silly to say that. But I think that's about it. So see you guys on the next one. Bye.